I should be clear immediately. I didn't see this film. I don't want to see this film. But someone very reliable who I trust did see the film, and I got their thoughts. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signore. Look, I don't want to see Aquaman 2 if Amber Heard's in it. I don't want to pay for it. I may go see it for free as a critic just so I can actually tell you definitively how bad it is or how much she's in it, but I just don't want to support this film financially in any way because of the way Warner Brothers treated Johnny Depp. Look, I'm not for canceling people out of movies typically, but with what Amber did and the way they pushed Johnny out without actually getting the facts, it just doesn't sit well with me. So no, I'm not going to support this film. Now, I've heard the rumors. There have been numerous test screenings about this film. And let's be clear, what we're about to report on is a test screening. There's still time to edit and adjust this film. But from what I'm hearing from the notes I'm going to read you about this film, I don't think there's much they can do. This film is a mess. This film is being labeled awful, boring, unfunny, and I don't know how they're going to fix it. And yes, Amber Heard is still in the film for 20 minutes, and I'm going to explain everything. I'm going to break down the plot. I'm going to spoil the plot, and I'll warn you before I do in case some of you still want to see this film. You're right, I suppose. But yes, a lot of the reports out there that are coming in about these test screenings, I asked my source as well, are these all accurate? And they said yes. So what's the truth about Aquaman Lost Kingdom? You know what's always interesting to me? James Gunn's taken over the DCU. I'm a fan of James Gunn, and I don't blame James Gunn for this one at all. But James Gunn is pretty avid on Twitter and reacting when things are false. I have not seen him debunk this one yet. Now, maybe he will, and I'll stand corrected. And my source, well, I don't know how they could be they could be wrong because they were there. However, there's still time to fix the film. I so far there's no proof that this is not false. And I trust this source. So, all right. So what did they say? What's the truth about this film? So already out there, Viewer Anon was one of the first ones sort of publicly to put it out there. I'll be honest, we're half dozen test screenings in and it's not looking great. I've consistently heard over the last half year or so that it's boring, not as good as the first, and potentially one of the worst DCEU movies. So there you go. And then someone else chimed in. A lot of reason I've been avoiding questions about Aquaman, but since Viewer Anon is out there, brings me no joy to back him up and tell you that the test screenings for this film have not been good. Really hoping James Wan, the director, fixes the movie before December. They got time. I heard that something that almost never happened in test screenings happened with this movie. They're really going to need to fix this one and fix it fast. And that's walking out is what I assume they're meaning because that's what happened. They walked out of this film. A lot of other insiders been in there saying not only is it terrible, but that it's why Jason Momoa is being set to become Lobo in the DCU reboot. Now, my contact also confirmed that is apparently true. The rumors of them porting over Jason Momoa into the multiverse to play Lobo instead is on track. Now, you might wonder, why are they releasing this film if it's such a mess? I don't understand. Just throw this film out. It's got Amber, that's not test screening well. Why would we release it? Well, because the film's done. And the film made original film made $1 billion and money talks. So I think they're thinking, well, let's just put it out there. Hopefully we'll get some money and then we're just going to kill this franchise and it's done. But at least we'll get one last shot at some money to make back on this film, on this $1 billion franchise, etc. But it sounds like this is going to be the Wonder Woman 84, where this is not going to be a sequel that works to the film and will justify its demise. But it's really just a money-making choice that I'm sure Zaslav over at Warner Brothers, James Gunn's probably agreed and has to agree. Just release this film. Let's get it as best we can, and then we can reset afterwards. But we can't lose more money on this. We've already thrown away Batgirl, etc. That's really what's happening here. In my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, it seems like they're just hoping for the best. Some bad movies have performed okay, and that seems to be what is happening here. All right, so what's happening in Aquaman, The Lost Kingdom? Let's discuss it a little bit more. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Okay. All right. So hold on. I had a couple images here I wanted to show too. Here we go. Let's start here. All right. So Lost Kingdom. Here's what my source is informing me. Okay. Yes, it's true. People walked out. It scored 4 to 5 from people who were there. The movie's horrible. And Amber Heard is in it for 20 minutes of screen time as of last week's test screening. Now, again, to stress, this is a test screening, so things can still change. So I'm like, is it all everything we've heard before? The story, it's all true. Yes, it's the same. And I asked, can they remove her? Have they attempted? Does it seem like they've attempted to remove her? And my source confirmed, no, you can't remove her. Now, here's where I'm getting into spoilers. I've warned you, spoiler, spoiler, spoiler. As I previously have reported, so it's nothing new here, the film revolves around AquaBaby. Mira and Aquaman have a baby, and the baby is very important to the plot. In fact, the whole plot revolves around him. Spoilers. Black Manta takes the kid because he needs the blood of the AquaBaby to bring back the Lost Kingdom. Now, the film is far from finished. I don't think they're going to change much, but her role is the same. She's in the first act giving birth to the AquaBaby and then appears again near the end of the film. She's given birth, so she can't go fight right away, and that's why she stays behind. Sounds like the writers chose to write her down and not have her be part of the fight. They could have easily written it any other way, and when we watch the trial, it's clear she was frustrated that she couldn't still be part of the film. They sort of kept her to give birth and then be there at the end, which reiterates that they didn't like her on the set. Jason and her did not ultimately get along as much as they should have. Their chemistry was off, which came out during the trial. So anyway, Arthur goes off with Orm, the Patrick Wilson's character. He's looking for his brother to help bring back the kid, and that's the plot. So I guess, is Orm the brother? I forget. Anyway, I think the brother is additional, or is Orm his brother? Sorry, I'm not an Aquaman person. Anyway, he's looking for Orm, I guess, and that's they team up together to get that. So now Black Manta is in league with the spirit of the king of the Lost Kingdom, played by Greyjoy from Game of Thrones. You remember him, right? This guy, he was a despicable character. So they brought in another Game of Thrones character to try to help. And they are on the quest to save the baby and stop the Lost Kingdom from being remade, fight Arthur and Orm. And, Arthur is Patrick Wilson. So it's a little confusing. Arthur, right? Isn't Arthur? Anyway, I'm confused in who's who. Does it really matter? Bottom line, awful script, super boring. Amber Heard's role is done after this movie either way. They are rebooting it. Momoa is going to play Lobo. There will be a new Aquaman and Mira in the future, is what the rumors at Warner Brothers are. And again, I reiterated, so why do you think they're not shelving it? They confirmed my suspicion as well, because it made $1 billion. So they'll just release it, and then it's going to be over, and that's that. So yeah, Arthur is the brother, or Arthur is Aquaman. Sorry, Orm is the brother. Patrick Wilson. That's these two people, which we have here. Orm and Arthur go. I was like, yeah, Arthur is Aquaman. I don't like this franchise, regardless. I mean, visually, the first one was kind of fun. I liked the ocean battle and stuff, and I like Momoa as Aquaman. I'll be honest. But yeah, I was shocked this film did as well as it did. So there you go. And yes, Arthur and Orm's the brother. It's the buddy movie. And now what's his name Walter Hamada confirmed this at the trial as well. It turned into a buddy cop film, buddy movie, road trip movie, if you will. And it's just telling, because they clearly chose that because they didn't want to have Amber there. Now, can they remove Amber? It sounds like no. She has to give birth to the baby. I guess they could reshoot someone else giving birth to the baby, but it doesn't seem like they're going to want to spend more money, recast it, when they clearly are just recasting both roles eventually anyway. If they really want to just port him over as Lobo, this film is a cut your losses, do what we can, drop it off, and see how much money it makes. So it'll be very curious to see if the public revolts against Amber. Will they include her in the marketing at all? Will it just be, Jason Momoa and then leave it at people's, will Amber be in it? Very curious how this film is going to proceed, but it does seem like they're not going to throw the money away. This film was expensive. The first one made $1 billion. They're going to definitely attempt to put this out as a big DC property to make some cash. And if for some reason they're able to fix it in the edit, let's be positive. It's still early. Things could change. This report could change because it's a test screening. The film doesn't come out till December. If they're able to finish it or edit it better, maybe it will do well, and then maybe they will reevaluate things. But from what I'm being told from sources and just the state of the film itself, they're not going to cut out Amber. Now we can keep rallying the bells, but I'm just not going to support it financially if Amber is in it. I refuse. Not going to happen, and I just can't, in good faith do it. That's the beauty of, you know, a free country. We can decide where we put our money. I'm definitely not going to put any money towards this film, and I'm not going to be supporting it. So there you go. What do you guys think? Does this surprise you? Are you going to see Aquaman? Are you excited for Aqua Baby, Aqua Lad? Ooh, I'm not. I'm not. But there you go. The rumors are true, and it looks like DC has a stinker on its hands. I'm not going to lie. They deserve it. After the way they treated Johnny on this and not removing her as well. Look, I'm not for removing anybody. Let's keep people in the movies. Like, let us separate. A lot of people work on these movies, and in some cases, if someone does something so egregious and you can remove them, and it's happened, then okay. But a lot of people worked in this film, and it's just like The Flash. I still want to see The Flash because of Michael Keaton. I don't want to support Ezra Miller. But I want to see Michael Keaton as the Flash. I know a lot of people work in this film, and Aquaman's the same way. I'm giving Ezra a shot before I say I can't support Ezra, because I don't know what's really going on there. All I know is DC's trying to make their money back on these big tentpoles, and I hear, same sources, The Flash is great. Aquaman 2, not great. So where do you guys stand on this? I want to hear your thoughts down below. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit the bell for all alerts so you get notified. Smash that like button and leave me your thoughts on Aquaman and The Flash and all of it. What do you think? And I'll try to respond to some of you guys there as well. And we will be live later, so I hope to see you guys there. Thank you guys so much for watching here on Popcorn Planet.